and he was pretty sure a dog would die if it was only watered every 2 weeks. "Have you asked Adam and Soraya?" His oldest brother and sister-in-law ran a bed and breakfast at the edge of town. Once the school year started in a few weeks, the flow of tourism would reduce to a trickle, and not a moment too soon, in Jace's opinion. He was already dreaming about what it would be like when his little town went back to normal. No struggling to park his car, no jostling with greasy, sunscreen-covered tourists on the beach, no sharing his waves with some hog who thinks he owns the place because he rents a beach house for 1 month of the year. "They've still got the holiday coming up, so they'll be busy until after that," his mom replied. "What about Nick?" Now he was moving down the line of siblings, from oldest to youngest. "He's at work all day, and Trent's always at different construction sites. Liv is traveling between here and Melbourne." His mother shook her head. "They can't do it." Jace's stomach sank like a boulder falling to the bottom of the ocean. He was well and truly screwed. He wanted to point out that even though he worked from home, that didn't mean he had the time to take care of other people's pets. Not to mention it was completely outside his skill set. A cat would be a better dog sitter than he would. There was a reason he didn't have a dog of his own, and it had nothing to do with how he felt about animals. He loved animals, but his home was his sanctuary, where he could work and think and create, uninterrupted and unencumbered. His routine wasn't just important to him, it was vital. And his mother knew that better than anyone. Diagnosed as being on the high-functioning end of the autism spectrum when he was in kindergarten, routine was critical to his mental health. But the doctors had also warned his mother that routine could become a prison for someone like him, making him unable to enjoy a full life if even the slightest disturbance to that routine caused an earthquake to his equilibrium. She'd taken those words to heart. His mother had been his champion from day one, and even though she loved and respected his needs, she also nudged him outside his comfort zone from time to time. Problem was, this nudge felt more like the people's elbow. Every morning, he was at Sorrento Back Beach at 7 a.m. for his morning surf. After surfing for an hour, he'd head home, shower, have breakfast, always plain porridge, which had disgusted his siblings to no end when he lived at home, and then work. Even his lunch break occurred at exactly the same time every day. Having pets meant accommodating things like walks and mealtime and vet appointments. So many things to disrupt his life. "The dogs are used to having people around all the time. You know, for comfort. After Bert died," Eugenie sniffed. "Well, they're my only family." Jace sighed. How could he possibly say anything to that? He looked across the table at his mom, and she offered a sheepish shrug. She knew he would do anything for his family, especially his mom. But, oh, he was going to collect, all right. There'd better be some damn good pavlova in it for him. "Fine," he shook his head. 2 months, but not a day more. If Eugenie isn't back to pick them up, you'll be doing it. "Deal." Jace glanced at the dogs, already regretting his decision. Truffle was barking at something through the window, his high-pitched yips like a tiny pickaxe to Jace's brain. Tilly stretched out on the floor, totally oblivious to the noise until Truffle decided to jump down from the windowsill and gnaw on the end of her tail. Then commotion ensued with more barking, and running, and fur flying. R.I.P. my sanity. "Aren't they cute?" Eugenie scooped up Truffle, cuddling him close to her chest. "I'm going to miss them so much." 10 minutes later, Jace's pristine, peaceful life was already being defiled. His car, which he vacuumed weekly and which looked way younger than its 10 years, because he'd never been able to pull the trigger on replacing it, was full to the brim with canine paraphernalia. Truffle was sitting in a plush doggy car seat, smug as hell, while Tilly lay over a blanket Eugenie had offered to protect the upholstery. But the carpet was already coated with a fine dusting of dog hair.